Welcome guys to the part 4 of our 8086 microprocessor architecture. This is going to be the last video in the series. In this video, I am going to sum everything up that we saw in part 1, 2 and 3 and show you the entire working of our 8086 microprocessor with an example. The best possible way to learn about our 8086 microprocessor is to visualize it. In this video, I have tried my best to put up some animations so that it is easy for us to visualize the entire working of our microprocessor. I am not going to discuss about each and every part of our microprocessor in detail. For that, please refer to my part 1, 2 and 3 of the series in order to understand everything clearly. In this lecture, I am going to show you each and every step that happens inside our microprocessor when we as a programmer give some instruction to it. So without waiting, let's get started. So this is our entire 8086 microprocessor architecture. Suppose we as a programmer give an instruction MOV move AL, 7H and add AL, 05H to our microprocessor. Now the first thing that is going to happen is when we give the instruction move AL, 7H, this means this value 7H will get stored in our AL register. So our value 7H goes and gets stored in our AL register. Now we give the instruction add AL, 05H. As we saw in our last video that every instruction is stored inside our memory. So this instruction is there in our memory. Now which section in our microprocessor will fetch those set of instructions from the memory? The BIU. And how will it do that? The BIU has this series of segment register and offset register. The segment register will give the segment address and the offset register will give the offset address to our address generation circuit. Inside our address generation circuit, the physical address of this location will be calculated and sent to the memory. Now after this instruction is fetched from the memory, where will it go? It will go to our prefetch queue. We saw in our last parts that inside our prefetch queue we can hold instructions. Now in this instruction we can see this is an operand and this will go inside our prefetch queue as an opcode. We saw what is an opcode in my last video. If you have not seen the video, please go and check it out. The operands are not in the form of opcode, they are in the form of operands itself. The 05 inside our microprocessor remains as 05 because it is an operand, but the add AL instruction gets changed into an opcode which is sent to our control unit for decoding. We saw in order for our microprocessor to understand the opcode for add AL, it has to decode it. So it goes inside our control unit. Now what happens to our operand? Our operand need not be decoded because it is already in the form which is understood by our microprocessor. So what happens is the operand comes and goes to our ALU directly. It does not need to be decoded. Now inside our control unit, this add AL is decoded, and after the decoding it sends control signal to our AL where this 7H is stored. Now what happens is this 7H value that is stored in our AL goes inside our ALU. Now we can see we have 5H and 7H inside our ALU. Now what the ALU does is it will perform the addition. Since addition is an arithmetic operation, the ALU can perform arithmetic and logical operations. So the ALU will perform the addition and give a result. Now what happens to this result is this result will go and get stored inside our AL register. Why? Because the instruction was add AL, 05H, which means we have to store the result inside our AL register. So the result has gone to our AL register and is stored there. Thus we saw the entire working of our 8086 microprocessor. Hope this video helped you to understand how the entire working inside our microprocessor takes place. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel. And please put your feedbacks inside the comment box down below. Thank you and happy learning.